a miracle. A New Jersey salon is celebrating after Hoboken City Council rules in their favor.
Fios One's Catherine Clark has more on the battle over a sign that's been ongoing for nearly 4 years.
For David Adier, the red sign blowing in the wind outside his salon, Sheer Madness, is way more than what it seems.
Really just symbolizes justice.
Otherwise known as a feather flag sign, it was a point of contention between the city's zoning office and Adier for nearly 4 years. An ordinance passed in 2012 prohibited such signs from going up. The salon is one of 3 commercial condominium spaces in a mixed-use building, where under the legislation, fixed signs were not permitted. This resulted in the city issuing a summons to the salon. Despite the possibility of having to shell out $40,000 in fines if he pleaded not guilty, Adier fought tooth and nail, arguing that the sign was grandfathered in because it went up in 2011. He brought the issue to First Ward Councilman Mike DeFusco, who in September introduced new legislation that would allow the signs in a limited capacity. The ordinance creates an exception for feather flags at businesses where, quote, the property is a business establishment in a zone where commercial and retail are permitted uses, and exterior signage ordinarily allowable under this section is not permitted, pursuant to landlord or condominium association prohibition. In mid-November, City Council passed the new ordinance. 20 days later, it was signed into law, which means the sign gets to stay.
You don't just give in when you feel you're right. And if it is a right that you have, you should fight for it. You have to fight for your rights. If you give up one right, what do you give up next? So, yeah, I do stand here today, and I know that it's been a long and arduous battle. But at the end of the day, justice prevailed.
As for the summons hanging over Adier's head, a judge dismissed it in court yesterday at the request of the prosecution. With 0 fines to pay and recognition that the sign is legal, Adier can finally carry on business as usual. In Hoboken, Catherine Clark, Fios, 1 News.